Around this sort of time, you were living in Germany. What was it different in comparison to living in London?
Put it this way, it was almost like a jungle's haven because Mannheim was the capital of jungle in Europe. You know, I basically went there with Mickey Finn. Me and Mickey was a thing back in the day in Germany. Like, that was a proper thing. They used to travel from all over to come to them parties. There was a buzz, man, around the music and the whole scene. And parties used to be there all the time. So that was where I made my name. So that was kind of like, it was just like a haven for me to go to. And the respect was very high for me there. So, you know, I could just go there, do my thing, work in studios. People would just, you know, funds me to do certain things. We had sponsors, clothing sponsors, all different types of stuff going on all the time because we were the hot boys, you know. We used to have MTV parties on, come and check us and film us and all of that with some woman named Simone. That was like a thing back in the day.
Was
MTV
that
parties on, you know. So they used to feature us on there and they take the whole, you know, they take the whole raving thing and crazy, man. And then I started to learn German, you know, and learn a few words because I was there all the time. And it always used to intrigue me, like, what are they saying? You know, and then I started to get to understand a little bit of some of the stuff they were saying. Around 2000, between 2009 2011, I learned how to speak German. I can speak it fluently now, or pretty fluently.
so you can right now, if people are speaking in German, you can more or less understand what they're saying?
Yeah, I understand everything they're saying, yeah.
Wicked.
Unless they were talking in technical terms about something that I had no clue about, but if they're just having a normal conversation, I can understand everything, yeah.
You know, around that sort of, you were making music with Rack and Ruin, and you made that absolute banger of a track, Territory, with John Slaughter.
Yeah.
But yeah, can you share any memories around that sort of time?
Freestylers had been trying to contact me about some new version they'd done of Roughneck.
Okay.
They had all these remixes, and they'd put out this kind of a package with like 6 remixes and another, like an updated version of Roughneck. So I've come out and there was going on with that, and then one of the remixes on that project was Rack and Ruin. And I said to them, I really liked what he did more than anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, yeah, okay. So I said, I'd like to work with him. And he was like, yeah, it's funny. He's got a rhythm for you. So he sent me that beat. He said he wanted to get me and Slaughter John or Million Dan on it. So I said, so who do you want? Slaughter John or Million Dan? Because I knew Slaughter, but I didn't know him personally.
Okay.
But I know Million because I know him from Tottenham. So it was like, no, he wanted Slaughter. So I said, all right. So I went to Birmingham when I found Slaughter, and then I got him to record the tune, and then I brought back the vocals and gave it to Rack and Ruin, and he made the track. And then that was at the beginning when Black Dot just started to get their act together. You know, they signed Rudimentals and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know, but we were the first ones to have a video release on their label. So yeah, that was a kind of a special time for me as well, because when I was out doing the freestyler stuff, I used to buck up Slaughter John sometimes out on the circuit because he used to be rolling with Basement Jacks. So, you know, and he had some big tunes, Jump and Shout, and quite a few big tunes on a breakbeat tip. It's a different tempo, different drum structure. So you had to come with a different flow for it. But what I did was I just listened to the beat and found a way to weave my style in a different way through that, and it worked.
I've got to just say to anyone, you know, that Rack and Ruin Territory, you got to check that track out. It's a brilliant, brilliant track. Where was that shot? Because it seems like it's in some proper hood.
In an estate around the back of Hoxton.
Because it looks like at some bits you're like in some, like, you know, like in like the back passageways.
Yeah, it was in Hoxton, man. We went near down to Liverpool Street. There was this building and it had 2 tube trains on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And we went up there and shot the rest of the video up there. It was in between the tube trains. Crazy day, but yeah, the video came out good, man.
Yeah. Generally speaking, though, how long does it take for you to shoot a video?
Normally it's a day. Just a day. A lot of the time nowadays, if I'm just shooting a video, if it's not a concept video, then it's all about the background. So we just make sure that we got some nice backgrounds and some nice locations to shoot, and then, you know, we just weave it together. It doesn't have to be all performance. I've been doing videos now for the last 10 years, so I've got all different ways how I do it. I can do it storyboard way properly, or I can just freestyle it. Like I did a video with David Boomer the other day, and we just went out one morning. We had no clue what we was gonna do. I made the guy come down from Oxford. We bucked up in Croydon. I got Boomer. He was like, "Come, let's go and look for some places." And we just started seeing things. And I was like, "Yo, that." We went to one tunnel. We see a tunnel. Yeah, like that. We were just walking through the little city, and we saw one little place next to a pub, and there was all these air conditioning units on the outside of the buildings. But what they've done is they've painted the fans on the outside all different colours, so it kind of looked like kind of mosaic. It just looked dope, man. So we just shot some stuff there, and you start getting an eye for it after a while.
So in the Nobody Can Judge Me video,
right?
There's a part where you're dressed all in white. Where was that shot?
Bristol.
And that video was just your own concept, or?
Yeah, we just freestyled it, man. He had one of them drones. There's a suspension bridge in Bristol. So we went there, and then I went up on one of the cliffs next to the bridge.
Yeah.
And I just had on, that white outfit that I've got on there is like something that I'm meditating. Nobody Can Judge Me came from just another time when I wasn't kind of low. It was just after the Warfire and Raw Hill kind of disintegrated and broke up, and I was feeling not sorry for myself, but feeling a bit like abandoned and boycotted, And I just made this song, like people was chatting shit, and I just made this song. Nobody can judge me, 'cause we are all equal in just sight. Only the Father can judge me. Some you say let the backward thinking and stop, get some foresight, them can't hold me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, come in a competition, so I don't have to come test me. When all me I try to do is just live upright. And that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. You can't judge me. I'm not into no competition with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're all equal. I just do my thing, you do your thing. If my thing's more successful than you, it doesn't mean to say that you're not as good as me. It just means that my determination and my lucky breaks were better than yours. That's all it is. Doesn't mean to say you can't make it. Everybody's time is gonna come. The lyrics was straight, like, stick and move. Me no got no time for lose. Make your choice on if you choose it in your daily news. Man, I pose in a bulletproof. Where you are trying to prove. And the most weird you want move. But your life is still not improved. No. Come from the mud of Jamaican blood. And them not show me no love. Me get blessed from above. I was just talking from my heart. It was almost like documenting a part of my life.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do a video to it. And, I did it on a rhythm with Ronnie Size originally. And that morphed into something else over the space of 10 years before I actually got to the end product, which was, going back into the studio and going back over the beats and, producing it and tweaking it until we got it to a level where I was like, okay, we can go with it. But by that time, it just became a Navigator song because it wasn't about the scene or about trying to get it played anywhere. It's just a Navigator song. When I make my music, I make Navigator music. I'm not trying to make music for the dance floor. When I made Battle Cry, that was for the dance floor. When I made Green Gold, that was for the dance floor because I chatted the lyrics on that rhythm for Serum in a certain way so he could use it, and it's got the breaks in it so he can do the drop. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that format as well. But if I'm making a Navi song, I sing a hook and I do verses. Or even a bridge. Like in Iniquity Work, I revoiced that in about, I can't remember when I did it, about 2011. I revoiced it.
Mm-hmm.
I took it from that D-Note thing, and Lion Dub wanted to do it. He was like, that's my most favourite song I ever loved. I was like, okay. He's like, I love that. That's it. That's my favourite Navi song. Let's redo it. So we redid it, and then we got Noah D, who is now Lost City, one half of Lost City. He produced it, done a good job. Before it was just a hook and two verses, but I put a bridge in it after that. Feel it all over, everywhere. System is a fraud about the masses, them no care. You understand me? It's like, that's how much I understand song structure to the point where I can put anything in there anytime and it will still all fit. Because I understand song structure and I understand melody. I understand what fits with what I've already put there. I met up with some guys in Berlin that was, Navigator fans actually. I went to his house one day and I just see all these screens in his house. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I've got a video production company. I'm like, yo, brother. You know what I mean? So we started working, and that was when I really started pushing doing videos. 2009, 2010, 2011, right through to now. I've been pushing out videos and visuals 2010, I started doing my documentary, Evolution of a London MC, with a guy called Jamie B Culture.
Yeah.
Jamie Ross, who, Jamie's one of my little brethren them from back in the day. He's actually an MC. And his whole thing was, I want to show how much of an influence sound system culture has on the MC culture as we know it today. So, he wanted to get all these different people, and I was like, look, I want to do a documentary too. I just want to do a documentary about how I've come up. And I said, really and truthfully, even though you're only telling my story, there's many similar stories to be told like mine, but what you're doing is you're just catching it from one perspective. So I'm actually telling the story how it was for me. And it worked out, we did 3 parts to it. And I shot a part in Berlin. And now I've actually edited the whole 3 parts together into one mini movie. It's about 36 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on my on my Facebook fan page, you'll see it on there. It's pinned to the top at the moment. So just go on the Navigator Facebook fan page and check the documentary, Evolution of a London MC. I've got the soundtrack coming out in the next couple of weeks, free download, 15 tracks, some of which have not been heard before.
Okay.
So, it's all music that I've had sitting there for a long time, and I want to just give it to the people because of all the music, that they've loved and supported of mine. It's just my way of giving back. But yeah, it's about the evolution of an MC, and I've always been a cross-genre MC. And, if you listen to my album that I put out 2 years ago, which is called Alignment,
Mm-hmm.
which really was me aligning myself as an MC and putting out all of this material that I've done over the space of 15 years. You listen to that album, you're going to hear jungle, drum and bass, hip-hop, housey sort of music. You're going to hear reggae dancer. You're going to hear roots reggae. It's all there. And this soundtrack album is the same. By the time I left Sound System, I've always been like that. I've been always looking to find a new angle, find something that makes me feel excited musically, something that's different. And if I can't find it, then I create it.
What was it like working with Rankin Joe?
Oh, mate, such a gem of a person, man.
Yeah.
Another one of my heroes. Used to buy his records as a kid.
Okay.
I remember doing a dance with Lion Dub up in Leeds at a place called Dub Club, or Sub Club, West Indian Centre, and we came out of there and went to a food shop to buy some food, and Rankin Joe was there, and I was like starstruck, bro. But Lion Dub knows him because he lives in New York. So he was talking to him like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was nothing. But for me, I'm like, this is Rankin Joe. Like, I used to buy your records. So I started talking to him like that, and he was like, yeah, whatever. And then, say around 2012, Lion Dub hollered at me and was like, yo, we should do a tune with Rankin Joe. So I said, okay. And he was like, yeah, let's do jungly sound like jungly. So when I carried this thing, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, and so yeah. He sent me over his things and left me the gaps. At that time, I was doing a sound engineering diploma in Germany, and we had access to a lot of equipment, so I just recorded it in the college. I sent it back to Lion Dub, mixed it down, came out great. And last year, he came over, and we eventually shot a video for it. So it was a pleasure working with him. Definitely one of the legendary guys in the context of what an MC is today. These are the guys that really started it, man. That era of MCs. Rankin Joe, Colonel Josie Wills, Charlie Chaplin, Brigadier Jerry, Lone Ranger, Jim Kelly, Welton Irie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the original man, them, Peter Metro, Johnny Ringo. These are the guys we used to listen to. And then you had English guys, Just Screechy, Hang Bade, Walk and Skank, you feel Walk and Skank. I used to go down to listen to him chat that over reggae. Do-dum, 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 do-dum. You know what I mean? Reggae, real reggae, dancehall. You should stand up there and watch them man, their DJ on microphone. In time this before I was even chatting myself. That's who we took over from. There's a lot of people that have pioneered this thing from before us. That's why when people say I'm a legend, there's much more legendary people out there than me. Raga Twins, trust me. I still feel like I'm a youth in it compared to certain man.